On the western edge of Morocco, where Saharan air currents meet the vast Atlantic Ocean, lies a city unlike any other. Essaouira, historically known as Mogador, is a place shaped by wind and water, by commerce and culture, and by centuries of exchange between Africa, Europe, and the wider Atlantic world. Here, history does not sit quietly behind glass. It moves with the tides, echoes in the ramparts, and lives in the daily rhythms of its people. Today, we journey into this coastal city to understand its strategic importance, its layered past, and the spirit that continues to define it. Essaouira occupies one of the most strategically significant locations on Morocco's Atlantic coast. Positioned roughly midway between northern Morocco, sub-Saharan Africa, and Europe, the city stands at the natural junction of Atlantic maritime routes and inland caravan networks leading toward Marrakesh and the Saharan trade corridors beyond. Its geography offered rare advantages. Offshore islands and a naturally curved bay provided shelter from Atlantic swells, making this coastline a dependable anchorage long before modern ports existed. These conditions allowed Essaouira, then Mogador, to function as a controlled maritime gateway, enabling Moroccan rulers to regulate foreign trade, diplomacy, and security through a single Atlantic port. The wind, often seen today as a defining feature of the city's character, was once an asset, powering sails, shaping trade routes, and linking continents. The earliest recorded visitors were the Phoenicians, who established trading posts along this coast as early as the 7th century BCE. Their presence is closely tied to the nearby island of Mogador, once a center for extracting purple dye from sea snails, a luxury commodity reserved for royalty and elites across the ancient Mediterranean world. The Romans later continued these commercial activities, integrating the region into far-reaching trade networks that connected North Africa with Europe and the Near East. Archaeological evidence suggests that Mogador was never a large settlement in antiquity, but rather a specialized trading outpost, valuable precisely because of its position. In the early 16th century, European powers turned their attention to Morocco's Atlantic coast. In 1506, the Portuguese constructed a fortified stronghold known as Castelo Real de Mogador, hoping to control trade routes and establish a permanent presence. Their ambitions, however, were short-lived. Isolated from supply lines and facing sustained local resistance, the Portuguese abandoned the fort within a few years. Though brief, their occupation marked the beginning of Mogador's fortified identity and foreshadowed the city's future strategic role. The city as we know it today emerged in the 18th century under the reign of Sultan Sidi Mohammed bin Abdullah. Recognizing the economic and political potential of the Atlantic coast, the Sultan envisioned a modern, fortified port city that would centralize Morocco's international trade. To achieve this, he commissioned European military engineers, most notably Theodore Cornet, a French architect who had previously worked in service of King Louis XV. The result was extraordinary, a city planned according to European Enlightenment principles, yet deeply rooted in Moroccan architectural traditions. This vision succeeded. For nearly 2 centuries, Essaouira became Morocco's principal Atlantic port, linking trans-Saharan caravans with European merchants. Gold, spices, textiles, hides, wax, ostrich feathers, and enslaved peoples passed through its gates. The city evolved into a cosmopolitan hub where Amazigh, Arab, Jewish, African, and European communities lived and traded side by side, an openness that still defines its identity today. The Medina of Essaouira is not accidental. Unlike many historic North African cities that expanded organically over centuries, this Medina was deliberately designed. Cornet's plan introduced straight streets, symmetrical gates, and a rational grid, features rarely seen in traditional Medinas. Yet the city remains unmistakably Moroccan. Whitewashed walls reflect sunlight, blue shutters echo the sea, carved wooden doors and inward-facing courtyards preserve privacy, shade, and ventilation. an architectural response to climate and culture alike. Walking here feels different. There is order without rigidity, intimacy without congestion. Behind each facade, daily life unfolds quietly. Homes are built inward, centered around courtyards where families gather away from public view. The medina is also a living workshop. Thuya wood artisans shape aromatic burl into boxes and furniture. Silversmiths engrave Amazigh symbols into jewelry. Painters and musicians, drawn by the city's light and wind, work in studios tucked between residences. Unlike many historic centers, Essaouira's medina remains deeply residential. Children walk to school. Neighbors greet one another by name. The rhythm is slow, deliberate, and human. This is not a preserved monument. It is a functioning city. The port of Essaouira has always been the city's economic heart. Long before modern infrastructure, the offshore islands and sheltered waters made this site ideal for anchorage. During the 18th and 19th centuries, Mogador rose as Morocco's primary Atlantic trading port, exporting sugar, almonds, hides, wax, and later, argan oil. At its peak, the port connected Morocco to Europe, West Africa, and the Americas. The Skala port, with its cannon-lined platforms and fortified walls, was designed to protect this lifeline. The cannons visible today, many of European origin, stand as reminders of both trade partnerships and military deterrence. Today, the port remains active, though on a smaller scale. The iconic blue fishing boats are not decorative. They are working vessels returning daily with sardines, sea bream, and shellfish. Fish auctions take place openly, often within minutes of landing. There is no ceremony, only speed and efficiency. Fish is sold, cleaned, and transported, sometimes directly to nearby grills where it is prepared within the hour. This immediacy is increasingly rare in modern cities. Generations of fishing families continue to work here, preserving skills passed down through time. The port is loud, chaotic, and deeply authentic, an unfiltered expression of Essaouira's bond with the sea. Beyond the city walls, Essaouira opens into space. The main city beach stretches south in a broad crescent of sand, framed by dunes and Atlantic surf. Unlike resort-heavy coastlines, this shoreline remains open, communal, and largely undeveloped. Here, wind defines everything. The steady Atlantic trade winds cool the city year-round and make Essaouira one of the world's leading destinations for kite surfing and windsurfing. Athletes arrive from across Europe and beyond, drawn by conditions that are both powerful and consistent. Yet the beaches are not only for sport. Local families stroll at sunset. Horse and camel riders move along the waterline. Musicians gather near the dunes, letting sound travel across open space. South of the city lies Djabat Beach, more rugged and less frequented. Legend holds that Jimi Hendrix once stayed nearby, inspired by the landscape and wind. Whether myth or memory, the atmosphere remains unmistakable. Further still, Cap Sim offers dramatic cliffs, wildlife, and sweeping views, where the city gives way to raw Atlantic nature. Here, the ocean is not a backdrop, it is a presence. Outside Essaouira, Argan trees blanket the countryside. Women-led cooperatives extract the prized oil using traditional methods, cracking nuts by hand, pressing kernels, and bottling the golden liquid used in cooking and cosmetics. Visiting a cooperative offers insight into sustainable agriculture, cultural heritage, and women's economic empowerment, a vital part of the region's modern identity. Essaouira, Mogador Airport, serves direct flights from select European cities and seasonal domestic routes. Taxis and shuttles provide fixed-price transfers into town. From Marrakesh, 2.5 to 3 hours by car or bus, CTM and Super Tours. Scenic and reliable. From Mogador, a particularly beautiful coastal drive, passing villages and Argan forests, often with goats climbing trees. From Casablanca, approximately 5 hours by road. Essaouira itself is compact and walkable. Cars are not allowed inside the medina, preserving its calm atmosphere. Visitors are advised to bring layers, even in summer, as winds can be strong and evenings cool. Comfortable shoes are essential for cobbled streets. Essaouira is more than a destination. It is a living archive of Morocco's interconnected histories. Amazigh traditions, Jewish heritage, African rhythms, European design, and the enduring call of the Atlantic. Whether walking its ramparts, wandering its medina, or listening to Nawa music under the stars, the city invites you to slow down and listen. This is Essaouira, where past and present meet the ocean, creating a harmony found nowhere else on Morocco's coast.